Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I really hope you're well. Thank you for joining me on this Super Seniors Masterclass today. And I've got so much in store for you today. I'm just going to check and make sure that the audio and everything is all good. If you are joining me on the live, let me know. Give me a little heads up. And hopefully I'll be able to see your name come up and say hi. Okay, I think everything's good mic-wise and sound-wise. Okie dokie, so what have I got in store for you? Well, first of all, I'm going to do a really effective warm-up for your super seniors and really thinking about taking into account joint mobility and spending time on areas which a lot of our seniors really struggle with. So like the hands, the wrists, the neck, the shoulders, and the hips and the ankles. So I'm going to spend a lot of time, and the knees, sorry, I missed those out, a lot of time working on mobility for those as we're going through. Then we're going to go through our LIT program. This is low intensity interval training. The format that I'm going to use from Pure Energy is from Pure Energy 12, HIT 12, and this mix is 90-60-30. So my 90 seconds is going to be the one that I'm going to use my weights for to really help increase bone density. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the importance of that with regards to, increasing the amount of bone strength that we've got for our super seniors, and why that's so important, and why, unfortunately, it decreases over time. So I'm going to go through 90 seconds of working with our weights. Our 60 seconds is going to be body weight, and that body weight is going to be, again, effective exercises done for your seniors, which doesn't involve lunges or squats, because a lot of seniors struggle with those moves. So I'm going to show you how you can modify them, how you can tweak them, how you can change them from there. And then our 30 seconds is going to be low impact cardio. And again, this is just going to take our cardio exercises and make them super effective for us and for our seniors. So I'm going to take that through a 90, 60, 30. We're going to do that a couple of rounds. I'm going to give you a good amount of content for that. Then I'm going to move straight into balance and bar. And this is where I'm going to use my good old mop prop and I'm going to use that to help with regards to our balance. All right, so I'm going to take that through on there. You could use a chair, you could use a wall, or you could actually use a bar if you wanted to. And we're going to do quite a lot of strength for our glutes, for our legs, pelvic floor, in a bar style, and focusing really on balance and improving balance from there. I'm also going to do a little bit of foot spiky ball release before we go into bar balance, and that will really help your participants with regards to their movement in their feet and their movement in their ankles. And then I'm going to go through some effective variations and modifications for your seniors who actually want to improve their technique in certain positions that might need to just tweak and change them. So I'm going to look at press-ups. I'm also going to look at lunges and effective ways to actually help with regards to a lunge. I'm also going to look at squats, and I'm going to look at bringing it down, coming up and down from the floor, because I know that's always a little bit tricky for your seniors. And then I'm going to finish today with some seated stretches. So I hope there's going to be something in there for you today, either if you are a super senior yourself or if you're an instructor and you're looking for content. Okay, gang, so without further ado, if everything sounds okay, everything's all right, let me know how, and hopefully that is all good. We are going to get going. All right. So, gang, I want us to start strong. Let's take our feet slightly more than hip distance. I'm going to keep my trainers on for this first part because I know a lot of you seniors prefer to exercise in their trainers. They feel a little bit more secure here. Pull up tall through the body, and I want you to think about having a light connection on the abdominals and a light connection on the muscles in the bottom. First of all, we're going to work through downwards, so head and neck and shoulders first of all. So let's start with the shoulders. I want you to rotate them back. Big circles. Now, have a kind of think about how does that feel as you rotate. Light bend on the knees. I'm doing a little bend there as I take it through, and then rotate forwards. Now, my repetition range is going to be quite short because I know a lot of you here are just here for the content. You could do much more repetitions if you wanted to. Let's rotate back. Now, I want you to think about which direction felt better. Was it better to rotate back or better to rotate forward? So, go again. Think about what's more effective for you, and then stay with the one that's more effective. So if rotating backwards is more effective for you, stay with it. Or rotating forward, loosen up. That's it. Give me 4 more. 3 more. Well done. Take the right arm, lift and lower. So we're working on, again, thinking about shoulder blades pulling back, posterior chain work. I'm really focusing on posture throughout as we go. So pull back. Well done. 2 more. 1 more. Rotate the arm back. That's it. So big circles. Now, if that wasn't good for your super senior to do a full arm, feel free to have the hand onto the shoulder and that can rotate there instead. You choose. Well done. Good work. Let's take the arms up, out, back down. We lift, squeeze. Now, think about whether or not, do you want to have your hands forwards? Or do you want to have your palms down? Does that feel better for you? So what's more effective for you today? Opening up your chest and squeeze and retract. Now, little baby back bends. As we lift, we lose the extension of our spine as we get older. So it's so important to work on that extension as you get older. Little rotation, here and push. You're going to look across and take that hand over. Perfect. I need 4, 3, 2, 1, and just a tap. Now center yourself, drop the chin, and look up. The shoulders should feel really nice and warm. We need to mobilize the neck as well. So get some good extension going on here. Head over to the right, roll the head down, over to the left. So let that release for you, press through. Good work. Do 1 more, rotate round. Really nice. Bring the head up and just take a shoulder roll again. Okay, so I'm going to tap my toes again, coming back here. Let's take the hand up now. Reach it high, big stretch. We know our super seniors don't like transitions too quick, so stay with these for as long as you want. Give me a hamstring curl whenever you want. Great to mobilize the knees. Great to warm up the thighs without a squat or a lunge in sight. Yeah? 4 more. Well done. Now go back to the tap. I want to focus on our wrists and our hands. Bring the hands together. Push your palms and then spread your fingers. And if anyone was really struggling with coordination, they could do this instead and just tap the toes or pedal through the feet or march. But you're pushing your palms together and you're stretching your fingers out wide. You got that? Now, let's go with the rotation of the wrists. Loosen up. Go the other way. Round we go. That's it. Let them release. Okay, give me a march now. Bring your hands forward. I want you to push from right to left. Feel that stretch. Because we're going to be using the weights, I want you to really let your wrists relax. Now, spread the fingers. Give me a little jazz hands. Good stuff. Play the piano. Badly. Let the fingers release. You got it. Okay, so from here, take the feet a little bit wider and feel free if you need to hold the wall. It's absolutely fine. I'm going to bring the right foot forward and back. Little tap. Coming forward and back. Option 1, stay in contact with the floor. Option 2, it's a lift. Tap to center, lift back. Squeeze the muscles in the bottom. Your clients will choose what's appropriate for them. Push up. Well done. One more. That's it. Now change legs. So we tap. Again, forward and back. And see how that feels. Good work. Again, use the option if you want to lift, tap, and back. Squeeze the muscles in the bottom. Feel free to hold the wall, hold a chair, whatever you need to do. Lift. You've got it. 2 more. There. Give me 1 more. Up. Great work. Move back to the right leg. Now tap across. Starting to get this leg just a little bit warmer into the hip. Option 1 is here to tap across. Option 2, lift, tap. Stronger mobility there in the hip, yeah? So it's up, there. Option 3, lift, and kick. You got it. So choose your level. Lots of options. Up. Pedal through the feet again. Little tap. Well done. We're moving on to the other side. Let's go back to option 1. So we go across and tap. That's it. Option 2 is your knee lift. And you can either do it with the lift or just the tap. Whatever works for you and your clients. See how that feels. Good work. And again, abdominal strong. Utilizing that balance. I'm going to do 1 more. Let's go. And then pedal through your feet. Beautiful. Can we step mid? So I'm going to start to get the heart rate to go up a little bit into your step mid. Dead easy patterns. Again, no impact. But I'm going to change the knee to a kick back. And this is one of my favourite alternatives to a lunge for anyone who can't lunge, because what you're doing is you're still warming up the legs, you're still mimicking that pattern as if you're going to lunge forward, and the leg goes back, it's still opening up the hip and the hip flexor, just like you would on a lunge. You're still engaging the glutes, so focusing posterior chain, which is always great. And the hands can be on the hips, or they can lift. Good for the brain as well, yeah? I need 4, 3, 2. Well done. Tap to the side, here. Hands on the hips again, if you wish. That's it. Or hand up. Little tap wide. Fantastic. Give me 4 more. Now take the legs wide. I am going to do a lateral lunge here. Often a lot of people find these a lot more comfortable than taking a lunge forward or back. A lot more kinder on the feet and the balance. Let's take a single hold. But what I'm doing this for more than anything is to open up the pelvis, mobilize the hips, and stretch the inner thigh. Because if those muscles are tight, they're going to affect pelvic floor health. It's also going to affect your balance. So I want you to be really nice and mobile here. Single and hold. Let's do one more. You got it. Now take a roll. Halfway, hands supported, we create that flat back. So this is super effective roll down, especially if any of your super seniors diagnosed with osteoporosis. Inhale, exhale. Push forward. So we're supported, we've got those hands on the thighs, we're not just letting the head and neck down, go down. Roll through. And look, let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. We should be warmer. Yes or yes? Roll the shoulders. Okay, keep your feet moving. I think we're ready. Grab yourself a drink and we're going to go into our first combination of lift. So what do you need? Well, gang, I would grab some hand weights, which are going to be effective. So feel free to grab those, whatever feels good for you. And we can have a mat handy as well. So I'm going to bring that through. All right, just make sure you've got a little bit of room. Let's go for this. Okay, I'm hoping that you can hear that okay.
Your training starts.
All right. Okay, gang, so we're going to grab our hand weights to first of all. Remember what I said? Our 90-second move is going to be with our weights. We're not going to think about moving fast. We're going to keep it nice and progressive. And I'm also going to give lots of modifications with regards to anyone who struggles with their blood pressure and not wanting to take their arms up over their head. They're going to keep it low. So let's go for this. Grab your hand weights. So we've got 90 seconds. Roll your shoulders back.
Your training starts.
Nice and strong. I'm going to take a bicep curl. First of all, right arm goes bicep curl, frontal raise. Bicep curl and frontal raise. Now, we want the front of the arms to be nice and strong. We want those shoulders to be strong. But I know for a lot of people, they may struggle with regards to taking a shoulder press. That might not be appropriate. Bicep curl and frontal raise. If they can, they could take bicep curl and shoulder press. And that's absolutely fine. But I know that shoulder press might not be effective. So if that's not effective, we can take that frontal raise. And what I'm doing is I'm leading with my thumb going up. And the reason I'm doing that is to engage the back of the shoulder just a little bit more. Now the weights don't need to be heavy unless they want to use heavy weights. In. But any type of weight training is so vital in later life. Here. And lift it up. Good work. There. And lift. Press. Fantastic, gang. Stay nice and strong. The abdominals pull in. Squeeze the muscles in the bottom. Okay, just finish it off. Okay, weights go down. We're going to take our right leg into an outer thigh lift. Again, you can be supported here with a chair, a pole, a wall, working that outer thigh. Good work. Keep it coming. Press. Lift. On the halfway, you're going to change legs. That's it. So great little outer thigh. There it is. Really effective for clients, especially if they can't take a lateral lunge or a squat, they're still working the inner and outer thigh. And you're leading with your heel out there.
Exercise 3.
Okay, low intensity cardio. Then we're going to come in with a low intensity handstand. 1, 2, 3, lift. 1, 2, 3, lift. That's it. We're pulling that knee up. The abdominals are firing. Well done, everybody.
Halfway there.
It's just 30 seconds of the cardio. And obviously you could change these formats around. You might want to do the 90 seconds of the cardio if that's what your participants need.
In 4, 3,
Finish it off.
2, 1.
Good work, tap. The reason I choose the 90 second for the weights is because obviously we can spend that time then going over technique. We don't have to work quickly, we don't have to rush. And also the weight exercises are so vital with regards to improving that bone density. So just shake out the legs, get a drink anytime you need to. I'm going to then focus on the back of the arms. So when it feels good for you, grab your weights, be careful as you pick them up. We're going to take a tricep extension here and then one wide. So we're going to come up with our elbows, little fingers, lead away. Just keep those feet moving. Walk it around the room if you want to.
Your training starts.
Are we ready?
In 4, 3, 2,
Get set.
1.
Plant the feet. Elbows go high. So we push away for one. We open out for one. It's really important to work the back of the arms for an older adult. Again, it'll be these muscles that will help bring them up and down from the floor. Triceps are being used, obviously, like in a push-up position. But I know it's not going to be appropriate for a lot of people to have their hands above the head and take a tricep extension that way. So it's really good to take this to this position here, squeeze back. Push it away. You can have the legs together a little bit if you want. Absolutely fine. Stay nice and strong. Head up, abdominals pull in. Press it away. How's it feeling? You should be getting that intensity but without the impact. You got that? I'm really hoping. Squeeze there. Well done. Nice and strong. That's it. Push. Press. You've got this, gang. Okay, weights down. I'm going to take a standing abdominal oblique crunch for 60 seconds. A lot of seniors struggle with floor work, up and down from the floor. But it's great to work the abdominals in a standing position to still get that training effect. Also working laterally kind of avoids that flexion of the spine that you would get in an abdominal crunch or a standing abdominal crunch, which again can be a little bit controversial for osteoporosis. So I'm getting my elbow down onto that thigh. Well done. Press it through. Head stays high. You got it? Well done. Okay, gang. So from here, I'm going to tap and tap back. Out wide and back. And again, this is cardio. Out wide and back. Little tap. And I'm using the arms to increase the heart rate. You'll notice they're staying at shoulder height. Whenever we take our hands above our head, we work our heart 20% harder. And if that's not good for your clients, keep them shoulder height. Okay, take a walk. Well done. So 2 rounds done. Brilliant work. You're doing fantastic. Okay, gang. So I want to work through our back, and we're going to make this effective again for our seniors. But working the back is so important with regards to posture. So I'm going to take a row combination, and I'm going to combine upright row, single arm, with a mid row, single arm, with our weights. So grab your weights whenever you're ready. Let's get this going on. Hopefully we feel good. Now, upright row with like a bar or a kettlebell can be a little bit restricted in the shoulders. With dumbbells, it's great because you can separate. Now come into that low row. We're coming high, up high, elbow high, lean slightly forward and pull into the waist. So stand up and pull, and then come down low. You've got it. So we lift up, elbow high, squeeze and retract, and then pull. Brilliant. Squeeze in. Let's keep it coming. Up high. Stand up, and the upright row single arms really working the back of the shoulder as well as your upper back. You're getting that retraction as it's coming back there. Squeeze. Well done. Pull into that waist. Then the low row helps with the mid back. And the abdominals are firing up the whole time. That's it. Just that little bend forward. It's not a full flexion. You're driving that weight towards the waist. Lift. Fantastic. Stay strong. Keep this going. Finish it off. Okay, bring your weights down. We're going to focus on the glutes. So we're going to kick back for 2 each side. Squeeze back. Hands can go on the hips. And you'll notice that I'm alternating just after 2, which means there's not too much weight going on one side of the body there. Yeah?
Halfway there.
That's it. Squeeze it away. You're really firing up those muscles into the bottom. Again, working posterior chain. Without any squats, without any lunges. Push. Let's flex the foot. It's not that squats and lunges are bad for your seniors. They're actually really effective and functional. We know that a lot struggle with them. Okay, let's take a low impact grapevine. Knee, knee, knee. Low impact, knee, knee, knee. Pull it up. Good work. Knee, knee, knee. That's it. Alternate. So you've got a bit of coordination going on. Great for the brain power. 3, 2, 1. Moving off the spot. Grapevine. That's it. 3. Well done. Shake it out. Good work. Little tap of the feet. Walk it out. So gang, we're going to do one more round for our lit, and then we're going to be moving on to our bar balance. So our last round, we've worked through our back, we've worked through our biceps, we've worked a little bit into our shoulders. We've also worked into our triceps. I want to do a move now, which is going to focus a little bit kind of on full body. It's called a windmill. And I know it might not be appropriate for everybody, so I'm going to give lots of alternatives. Our palms are going to face us. We're going to take our legs wide, so we've got a light bend on the knees. We're ready. Okay, so I'm going to start with level 1, which is just up and down. Level 2 we're going to take a knee bend. My thumbs are going up. I am squeezing the muscles in my bottom, digging my heels in as I come up, activate my inner thighs and pelvic floor as I do it. Now, if your super seniors are dead super and strong, they could take it all the way into that windmill, which is going to work through the whole range of the shoulders, biceps, triceps, and back. Palms still face you. Obviously, if there's any issues with regards to blood pressure, you stay with that first option, thumbs up. Brilliant. Stay strong with it. You're doing fantastic. Good work. So, any level you want to, bring it through. Really great stuff. Stay with this. Okay, weights down. Feel free to hold the wall. I'm going to bring the knee up, the knee out. We're going to work the quads, but again, in a position that might feel more comfortable for your clients rather than squatting or lunging. And obviously they can work to the range of movement that's there for them. You've got balance work coming in on that other leg. Change your legs over. Lift and side. Now obviously you could do this quicker if you wanted to, more like a pulse, which is absolutely fine. I'm keeping it slow. I'm working on the control. Abdominals are firing. Great work. Gang, do you remember the grapevine? This time, knee, curl, kick. 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 Knee, curl, yes. Knee, curl, kick. Knee, curl, kick. This is a brain trainer. Well done. Good work. Good work. Okay, gang. So let's have a little breather. And what I want us to do is actually take our shoes off, grab our spiky ball, grab our pole, and we're going to release our feet first before we start taking it through into our bar balance. I really hope you're okay. Please let me know if there is any questions at all. Grab a drink by all means. Now, for bar balance, I'm actually going to keep my socks on because I can find that I can just slide a little bit better with them. But if your seniors wanted to keep their trainers on, that's absolutely fine as well. We're going to be working through the feet. So I'm going to put on a little bit of mind and body beats. Number 3, I love this mix. Okay. So like I said, a lot of people struggle with regards to their feet, their mobility of their feet, especially if there's arthritis, or if they may struggle with regards to, having built up fluid. They can absolutely do this seated in a chair as well. Otherwise, we're going to use the pole for a little bit of support. We're going to take the ball underneath the right foot. And I want us to work through here. So we're not going to grip the pole for dear life. We're going to just use it for a little bit of support while we're working through that foot. And you're going to work linear from front to back, toes to heel. But I want you to work into the arch, under the toes, round the side of the foot, If your super seniors suffer with bunions, then absolutely try and work through in around those. I know that might be quite painful, so just be aware of it. Just do what feels good for you. Supporting leg, nice and strong. Body is lovely and long. Try not to lean too far forward. Let that foot release. Do as many of those as you want to, and then you're going to change sides. So coming over on the other side, move the pole or the chair to the other side, and then come into that foot release. That's it. Now the good thing about this is you can literally do the spiky ball under the feet with all of your super seniors. It's brilliant if there's scar tissue. Try and help break down that scar tissue. The only people we don't do the spiky ball on the feet with is any of our pregnant clients who don't want to go into labour just yet, because there are points on the foot which can induce labour. I'm hoping that maybe none of your seniors are going to fall into that category. Never know, but just in case. So let's work through that foot as much as you can. Press through. That's it. Good work. And when you've given both feet a really nice release, you can pop your spiky ball away. We're going to bring our attention to our right leg, and we're going to bring our feet in parallel. So the other arm is in bra, just relaxed here. And we're going to work through to start with a tendu and then coming into a dégagé. I'm going to explain all of those in just a second, don't worry. So think about pelvis tucking under slightly, coming into a neutral spine position. Take a moment to utilize the breath. We want this diaphragmatic lateral breath. We want to move the breath from our shallow breath here. Head is lovely and long, shoulders are away from the ears, and the arm is just supported there. I've just got a smiley face then. I'm not quite sure whether or not that was the suggestion about our pregnant super seniors. Pull up tall. So the foot comes out to a tendu. And what tendu means is it's a pointed foot position, but it's staying in contact with the floor. So we're here. The other arm relaxed. Well done. That's it, you've got it. And the arm can come up into first. That's it. So the other arm's supported with the pole, but we can actually move the other arm, so a bit of coordination there. Now with your arms, just relax. The wrists are higher than the fingers, the elbow is higher than the wrists. Well done, supported there. Stay nice and strong. Can we take a tendu to the side? It's out, slide in. Your focus is coming in with your heel, getting your inner thigh, pelvic floor to fire just a little bit more there. So it's out and in. Well done. And the arm can come out into second. Now it can either just stay there, or you can move it up and down, whatever you wish. 2 more. Well done. How's that supporting legs? Okay? Let's come back. The foot's going back, still to tendu, still staying in contact with the floor. And the hand can stay here, bra, or can come up, fifth. Lifting high, up. Squeeze the muscles in the bottom. Good work. 2. Bar comes forward. You're going to take a demi-plie. Again, using the pole, sinking low just as far as you wish. Tucking under with the bottom, not sticking the bottom out. Pole comes onto the other side. Now, tendu with your left foot. Again, arm relaxed, but strong. Or forward into first. Go again. If you want to use that arm line, you can, or you can keep it up, your choice. I'm going to come out to second here. So second with the arm, and it can stay strong. The heel leads in. Press there. That's it. Well done. Now take the leg back. Still staying into that tendu. Arm can come up to fifth. Supported with the pole. Slow and controlled. We're really focusing on squeezing the muscles in the bottom, working through our posterior chain here. The arm can stay up by all means. Okay, from here, demi-plie, feet parallel. Well done. Give me 2 more. Press. Really nice. Okay, from here, I'm going to bring your feet into first. Heels together. Now, for some of your super seniors, they might prefer to go a little wider in second, and that might be more comfortable for them, whichever they wish. Tendu. This time, I'm going to do one of each. We come back, and we demi-plie. Tuck under. Go again. First position with the hand. Second position. Fifth. Demi-plie. Hands just go to first. Go again. Tendu. Up. Demi-plie. Well done. Stay strong. Demi-plie. Switch sides. So I'm going to bring that pole over. Nice and strong. First position. Turn the feet out. Bottom tucked under. Lovely and long. So we're here. Out. And again. Back. Demi-plie. You don't have to do any arm lines with your super seniors just yet. You can kind of build them in with the legs. And then when they feel ready, that arm can come to first, second, fifth. Demi-plie. Let's do it again. Here. Out. Press back. We're going to do one more. Go. There. Out. And demi-plie. Beautiful. Stay in first. Bring your pole to the other side. Just going to check and make sure that's all okay with everybody. Jackie said, yeah, it's about the pregnancy. I thought I might make you laugh a little bit. Okay, stay in first. Or second, if that feels better for you. Let's go into a dégagé. So I'm going to go tendu, left, back, tendu, left, back. Take it back. Tendu, left, back, demi-plie. Stay with the right leg moving. So tendu, lift up to dégagé, back, lower down. Tendu to the side, lift to dégagé, come back and in. Tendu, lift, and demi-plie. Do a demi-plie again. Let's go again. So forward, lift, back, come side. Here, lift, back, I'm up to fifth, lift, back, demi-plie twice. Well done. Now change sides. Feet come into first again, body tall. Tuck the bottom under. Take the left foot, tendu, lift to dégagé. Come back to the side, tendu, lift to dégagé. And back, tendu, lift. Demi-plie. Beautiful. Let's go again. Do you want to add the arm? Good work. You don't have to lift too high. If that dégagé is not good, demi-plie. Let's go again. Forward, left. So the dégagé is with the lift. Up there. Using the pole for support, hand in fifth. Well done. And that demi-plie. Beautiful. Okay, give your feet a little bit of a release. I'm going to take that now into second. We're going to bring the pole forward. And we're going to start to work through into a little bit of a lift up. So lift up into those toes, down on the floor, heels lifted, pole supported, working through the back of the legs, pushing the knees open. Great for the inner thighs, great for the back of the thighs and the bottom. And then I know my super seniors love a little challenge. So this is what the challenge looks like. It goes lift, lift, up, down, plie. 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 And again, lift, lift, up, down, plie. Lift, lift, up, down, plie. Go again. Woo. Lift, up, down. One more. Beautiful. Bring your feet to third. Hand supported on the pole. Really nice. Now, third position with the legs. Normally the leg that's back, the arm goes high, and the other arm comes out into second here. I'm going to come forward, back. And again. Good work. So we take that leg out, press it through. 4, 3, 2, 1. Demi-plie with your feet either in second or first. Move the pole, feet come over, third position. So your front foot is going in to the arch of the back foot. And it's away there. Press, push. Really nice. I need 8, 7, 6. Really working these inner thighs. All of this is so good for the pelvic floor. 4 and 3, 2, 1, and release. Good work. Give your legs a little bit of a shake. Fantastic, gang. Okay, so I'm going to now bring this through into some variations for our squats, for our lunges, for our press-ups, to might be a little bit more effective for your clientele instead. Okay, so I'm just going to remove my socks now to go barefoot. Is it coming off? Okie dokie. So from here, gang, I'm going to just go through, like I said, some effective ways that we can change and switch up some of our favourite moves, but what might be more effective for our super seniors. So, gang, first of all, like I said, with your lunges, it might be more appropriate to, instead of taking a lunge here, that you come forward into a glute squeeze. And that might be much more effective for your participants. So that's option 1. Option 2, a lot of participants really struggle to lunge forward. So what can be more effective is to actually take the foot back instead. So have the feet nice and wide, don't have them too narrow, and don't think that you've got to come onto a tightrope when you take the leg back behind you. You haven't. It's here and drop as low as you want, and then up. Then come back to center. So it's the ball of the foot, you drop down to a 90-90 and then come up and lift. Now what this is also doing is it's working on proprioception because you can't see your foot. So it's so much more effective for balance You might want to do it with a pole or a chair, which might be much more effective for your client. The other way that I modify my lunges is to take this through, coming from a low position and coming up, and actually using something underneath the knees, which can be much more cushioning and appropriate. And again, what we can use is a little bit of a support from our pole or our chair, and it goes onto the opposite side to the leg that's here. Now my knee is super cushioned. I've got 2 right angles with my legs, and body is lovely and tall. Toes turned under, and I'm going to push up. Come down. Push up and come down. Ooh, my pole just slipped and down. So just lifting up, and they are super effective to help clients get up from the floor, utilizing and pressing through. And obviously you do the other side as well. And that's my kind of most effective variations for my lunges. Now, if I'm thinking about now my squats, obviously squats are a super functional exercise because they help you stand up and sit down from a chair. So the first variation that I've got is actually using the chair. And again, we can use the pole in front, and we lift and we lower. Feet can go as wide as you wish. They're planted down on the floor, and it's a lift up from the chair and then lower down. To eventually then not needing the pole, hands can go onto the thighs and push to come back. To eventually then not needing the chair, and instead what we're going to do is take the feet wider. Anybody who struggles with hip mobility in squats, if you actually just take their feet wider, and I said this on my hip mobility masterclass that I delivered, an instant way that you can improve someone's hip mobility is to take their feet wider, turn their toes out, and then focus instead of pushing back, which so many instructors do, and I see so much of. You want to think ass to the grass. You want to get that bottom under. It's that movement. Otherwise, all people are doing is literally hinging from the hip, which again isn't going to be effective. We want to actually get the knees to bend, dig the heels down, and come through. And sometimes it can be as simple as actually using something like a door frame and feeling the confidence, having the hands held to be able to come up and down. And that can make that really, really effective. Now, obviously, if somebody has got problems with regards to their knees and they can't actually bend through their knees, then definitely we want to think about working all these muscles to help strengthen around the legs. So that can either be done in a standing format, where you could work through the outer thighs, where you could work through the quads, where you could work through the hamstrings, and where you could work through the glutes, with or without support, which is really, really effective. And that's going to help to strengthen all of those muscles around the knees. A lot of my clients who actually struggle with their knees, they might suffer with arthritis in their knees. Also, if they actually can come down to the floor, we do quite a lot of work here for the quads. So lifting and lowering, flexing the foot and taking that up and down. I'll show you on that side as well. So flexing that foot and bringing that up and through. And that can be really effective to work through these muscles that help to alleviate the pain or discomfort within the knees, but help to keep strong in that position. Gang, I want to show you some variations with the press-ups, which can be really effective. So first of all, if knees aren't a problem and if wrists aren't a problem, but if it's just to do with strength, I would highly recommend activation band. Onto the back of the arms. They can come here into their push-up position, 3/4. The band acts as the support and it helps to lift the body up. So you can do that in a full position or a 3/4 position. And they're really effective. If knees are an issue, take the knees to the side and you can do your push-up with your legs over to one side like in a mermaid position. Now we can make that a little bit stronger by going into my favorite side lying push-ups. My VIP group know that I love these. But I actually got this from a falls prevention course that I went on years and years ago that helped people get up and down from the floor. So the movement was actually here, here, and then they can get up and actually get help. So if you can start to get people strong to lift in a single arm position, that's going to be really effective. Now, if wrists are the issue, and that's the reason why someone can't do that push-up, then we can change the position for people. And this is where we can either use a band and a ball, or we can use our weights as well. So I'm still going to work the same muscles that I would do if I'm doing a push-up. So I've got core working, because the core works super hard in a push-up. And then my band can go around my back, and I can be here, and I can go into an incline chest press. I could add in a leg slide if I wanted to work a little bit deeper into the lower abs, and also work through the quads a little bit there. And then if they wanted to, rather than the band, you could use the hand weights, still working the same muscles, but in a position that's much more comfortable for clients who can't come down into that push-up. So I wanted to show you some really effective modifications of moves that are kind of a little bit of a nemesis for a lot of people, being the lunges, the squats, and being push-ups from there as well. We're going to finish today, gang, with some stretches, and I'm going to stretch using the chair. So this is going to be seated stretch. So I'm going to bring you up, grab my chair. I'm going to keep the band, move the ball out of the way. And I'm going to show you again how to just tweak and change a couple of the stretches to make them effective in a seated or standing position, but with use of the chair. So I hope you're feeling okay. We're nearly there. Okay, so let's start seated. And let's first of all think about hamstrings. Place the band around the foot. We're going to lift up and lengthen. Lengthen that leg away, and I want you to sit tall. Pull the toes to you and then push the toes away. So ankle mobility with the band in a seated position. Again, you could do as many repetitions of those as you wanted to. Now, what a lot of older adults and any adults really find that often they're not actually stretching the muscles that they've used when they're in day-to-day life, because they're not actually changing their feet positions. So what can be really effective is if you can actually hold the foot flexed and gently lean over. The closer your hands are to your foot, the deeper the stretch will be. And then once you've got that going on and you're holding nice and strong in that position, if you then turn the toes at the angle, and I do this laying on the floor a lot, but I know that might not be appropriate for some super seniors. We can do it seated, we can lean over and stretch. And what we're getting then is we're getting a stretch coming through more of the front of the shin. And that might come all the way up into the hip there. Turn the foot the other way, heel in, toes go wide. And again, lean over. And that's going to stretch again a slightly different area of the back of the leg for your participants. So obviously you would do that on both sides. Let me bring this more into the glutes. We're going to take the foot, place it across. I want to flex the foot. I want to push the knee down to the floor and just create a little bit of a stretch going on in that hip and bottom. Now we can lean over and feel that stretch coming through into the hip and the outer thigh. But what we can also do, and what I've been doing with my VIP group recently, is a little bit of Met technique. And this is where you're actually giving the sciatic nerve a little bit more space, and you're actually kicking into a little bit more piriformis. I'm going to apply my hand. Now, my hand is going to push against my leg. My leg is actually going to push up against my hand as well at the same time. So we're going to do a 50% resistance. 50% coming from my hand, 50% coming from my leg pushing up. We hold for 20 seconds. We relax for a couple of seconds. And we repeat that about 4 or 5 times. Now, I'm not actually pushing on my knee. I'm pushing just onto the inner thigh, the leg, wherever you want to. I'm flexing my foot, and that's getting into that area there. So you can do a little bit of Met technique, but you can also take that glute stretch in that position as well, which can be really effective. Good work. Now, we could do a seated spine stretch, like a cat to cow. I'm going to turn side on so you can see me. Have your bottom towards the edge of the seat, hands come forward. We're going to lean forward slightly. And then we're taking that back into cat and cow, working through the spine just as far as that feels good. Have the knees as wide as you want to. Feel that stretch. Good work. Sitting lovely and tall. Use the hand on the chair for support, stretch through the waist, open up the side body. And obviously you do that on both sides, but let me show you a variation. Tricep stretch, push back, feet planted, and now lean. So you're tapping into not only the back of the arm, but also into the side of the waist. Well done. Take the arm across. We're coming in here to our shoulder. We can look over that shoulder, or you can take the head over towards the other shoulder to tap in a little bit for the neck. And obviously you do that on both sides as well. The hands can go back behind. We can use the chair to stretch out the chest. So I'm placing that hand back behind me as far as I can, leaning slightly forward and feeling the stretch coming in through my chest. And obviously you do that on both sides. Now let's start to bring ourselves up. I'm going to turn the chair the other way to stretch through my back a little bit more and my shoulders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down, leave my hands onto the chair, push back, lean through, let the chest go low and feel that lovely stretch. You could do this with just one arm if you wanted to, or both arms, whatever feels effective from there. Tapping into my hip flexor and my quad. Using the chair, foot goes onto the chair, so I'm nice and supported. So there's no kneeling involved. Let's tuck the pelvis forward and backwards. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stay forward, tuck forward, lean back slightly. We can lift the arm if we want. We can lean over if that feels good for us. Lean towards the chair, hold the chair for support. So that's going to tap into that hip flexor, opening that up. More for the quad, if I take my foot onto the chair, and again, I'm going to push my foot to the chair, push my hip forward, and tap into the quad there a little bit. So opening that up, and again, using that support. For some clients, it might be a case that they actually can use the support of the chair and pull that foot into the hand. If they can't reach their foot, definitely use a band, like a little loop, to go through. Oh, can't get my foot through. and hold on there instead. And that might be just enough for them to stretch out through the front of their thigh. And then release. Again, take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Take your right arm above your head and your left. Right hand forward and your left. Right palm in and your left. Give yourselves and each other a super round of applause. I hope you found that helpful, gang. I hope that's given you quite a lot of formats to think about. The low intensity interval training is super popular within my group. You know, it doesn't have to be with super seniors. It's really, really popular with absolutely everybody having that sort of no jumping, no lunges aspect. The bar balance is so hugely popular, and if you're an instructor and you want to train in bar balance, we've got our Fitness Pilates bar balance that Rachel and I put together, and that's on Choreography to Go, and you can do the training online with us. It's really effective for, again, super seniors. Works beautifully on posture, works so, effectively for pelvic floor health from there, and there's quite a lot of information on that. And then I hope that's given you some variations as well, modifications of these slightly harder moves like lunges, the squats, the push-ups, that a lot of people struggle with. And again, then I hope the stretches has been effective in a seated position or a using of the chair position as well. Please let me know if there's any questions at all. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me today. You're very welcome. Thank you. That's so cool. Next week, I am doing a masterclass all on warm-up ideas and cool-down ideas for Fitness Pilates. So if you would like to join me for that one, that's going to be next Friday, I believe. No, that's a total lie. When have I put that on? Yes, that's true. It's next Friday, but it's earlier the time, 10:30. So 10:30, I'm going to do warm-up and cool-down ideas for Fitness Pilates. I know it's always a struggle with people, so feel free to join me for that one. Jackie, you are so welcome. Jackie, the 90-60-30 is Pure Energy Go, and that is from HIIT 12. The 90-60-30. The Mind and Body Beats 3 is what I was using. And then the first bit for the warm-up was Go Pop 2, all Pure Energy Go. Feel free to use my code KR10 if you want any discount on there. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me. I will send you all a recording of the class within 24 hours, and I'll hopefully see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.